Hi everyone, Mature Simmer here. Welcome back to Real Economy Trucking. Not a lot of things that are jumping out at me today, but this one has the best set of bonuses. A little longer, so it may just be the only thing we do in this episode, but let's get going. Alright, so we're in a Mercedes here. Again, pretty basic info. Let me get everything set. Take a look at what we've got. So we've got some train axles. So this is a new type of load for me for sure. But we'll head on out. Looking like this way is our way. So I was hoping to get, a new city or something, but at this point, most of the jobs were routing between the places we've already been.
Right.
There was one that would have taken me to, I think, Zwolle, Netherlands, but it was significantly shorter, and therefore, and also didn't have an important urgency, so just overall was not going to be the biggest benefit I could get within the range. So it wasn't, a lot shorter. All right, nice little river next to us there. So we obviously have been in town here before, just not in that area.
To turn right.
All right, so again, under the 154,000 kilometers.
Turn
I
right.
think that's our trip meter. Yep, it just turned to 1. So we have
Go
about
straight on.
350 kilometers roughly that we need to go. So if you're going to keep track of that, you can keep an eye on that trip meter as we go. We'll
Get
give you
ready
an
to
idea
turn right.
when we will get there. Just want to be careful on speeding, because this is how I got
Turn right.
sad. Oh well. Alright, let me exit here, because otherwise I can't see the lights with where I've stopped. So I'm guessing, obviously, we're going to go around town here and then get onto that interstate is really the only place it can take us. So, yeah, it's definitely a switch to keep going between
Get ready to turn left.
trucks in Euro Truck and ATS. I'm just obviously kind of used
Turn
to
left.
going out. I did try to figure out how I can turn those notices off. To the best of my recollection, they only appear in Euro Truck Simulator, so they're not happening in ATS. I just don't really know. I looked at every possible setting,
Turn left.
and I'm assuming it's got to be a game setting of some sort.
Turn left.
So I don't really care that they show up, but obviously it's a bit distracting in the videos and so forth. So if anybody knows how to do that, I've certainly spent time trying to figure it out. I will keep looking, but anybody that can help me out, because I can't even figure out exactly which Discord channel it's coming from. So, but whatever it is, it's something that's active. It does appear to get some stuff from my farming simulator network feeds sometimes. It might literally be doing everything in Discord. But in any event, don't know, and have tried and can't find out. Alright, question is going to be, are we going to go right here? I guess I'll move over in case I am, because either way we're going to have to be on this side. So, Nuremberg, not going that way, I guess. So I guess we'll be going toward Mannheim.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Alright, so once
Exit
again,
right.
one of these tight clover leaves. So we'll just be careful. I don't know how, I can't imagine anybody really takes these at 80. Even though that's the speed limit, but
Keep left.
alright. Alright, merging on here. And then I think we head mainly in this direction at this point. And then nobody's next to us, so I'll just stay in this lane. Looks like a dam over there, over the river. So getting some hydroelectric power. Cruz, Waldorf. But, yeah, nice sunny Wednesday morning.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Alright, looks like we need to make a move here already.
Exit right.
And then this
Keep
way.
right,
Alright,
and then turn right.
so we're heading up toward Heidelberg. Alright, so then we'll merge here. So much for my idea of, I think we're headed in this direction. Obviously my thinking was not effective. Okay. So I won't think anything now. I'll just drive, which is really what they pay me to do. Alright, so we're just about maxed. Frankfurt, Darmstadt. So I think we're staying in Germany for this, so not a terribly long run. But yeah, I think to expand, I'm going to need to take routes that are from the edge cities that I've discovered. So I could have gone from like Heilbronn south or something, just nothing was coming up that way. You know, I probably would have I could have kept searching, but you know, then we likely would have been getting lower and lower cost jobs. So, passion for solutions since 1946, right after the war. I'm sure there's a lot of companies that started in that time frame. So hopefully we keep going this way, because obviously it's going to be a challenge to jump over to the right. But once I pass him, there we go. Now I'll move over and just make sure I just stay here for passing. Nice thing is that we are on totally new roads, so that is a difference. That is something certainly worth noting. So while we're going between a couple cities that we've discovered, we've likely not actually hauled between those cities, because I would assume the route is very similar. Usually, especially in the center sections like this, once we've gotten away from the city and turned a couple times, usually it's pretty straightforward in the route you take. There's really one way to go, unless you get detoured or something. But light traffic, that's always helpful. Alright, we got 6 hours till we need to rest, 3 hours till we get there, so no need to stop. And I've got plenty of fuel, as I was probably full when I left, looking at my fuel gauge. So you can see it over there on the bottom left near the time. It's just moved away from full. So we'll go ahead and... Ooh, now we're going to meet up some roads that we've been on before. Looks like maybe just staying on this. Munchow. Or Munchow. Not sure how the umlaut makes things sound. I know what that symbol's called, but Würzburg and Frankfurt. Alright, so we're keeping left, so I'm assuming we're not going toward Frankfurt, we're going toward Cologne. It tells me 80. Now it tells me 100, although it didn't change, so that must be a car speed. So, not come through this way, but alright, we've got a car there. Hopefully it'll go by. There we go. Alright, Wiesbaden, Koblenz. So I'm thinking if we stay on these roads, we're going to go past all those places. But lots and lots of roadways through Germany, as you might expect. It's a pretty populous country. Also one of the larger ones, if not the largest one on mainland Europe. I think France or Spain might actually be larger in mass. I don't know about populations. But we are having a hard time maintaining speed here, so these train axles are taxing our truck for sure. Landtalbrücke. Looks like they're doing some construction on another bridge. Don't know if they're widening the road or what they're going to be doing. But yeah, we're definitely here in a hillier area of Germany. So we should be over 3,000 euros when done. We'll see if getting to level 5, I'm just not sure what's going to unlock the bank. If it's the number of trips or the level. My guess is the level is likely the target. And I think by level 5 in the base game we would have had the ability to access the bank, but they may make us wait longer here with the Real Economy mod. Okay, so yeah, if we were going to Koblenz, we'd take that road, but we're not. So, continue on this way. Hopefully we'll be straight here for a bit. Not seeing any exit signs, so that bodes well. We're already over 200 kilometers that we've driven, so some of our runs were just this length to begin with. So now we're into the slightly longer movements here. But yeah, I think my goal certainly is to try to keep things under an hour for episode length. And, you know, obviously if I take a couple short runs that are 15 or 20 minutes each, sometimes I combine a couple of those, but like I said, I'm not sure if this is going to slightly cross the threshold. definitely see where I'm at when we get closer, because at this point I think we are at about 15 minutes, so maybe it won't be too bad. Problem is, I think it's really dependent on what I find next. So if I take a short job to try to get somewhere, then it might make some sense to combine them, because then it might be a 45-minute episode or something like that. But yeah, we're getting down to about 100 kilometers till we are delivering. Looks like targeting right after noon.
Keep left.
Alright, so we're continuing here. Oberhausen. Yeah, I don't have visibility on my sim dashboard here of exactly where it was we were going. I think it was Duisburg, if I remember correctly. So, might want to look for that on signs as we're getting closer to the region here. So again, Cologne or Köln, as it is in German. So I think it was Duisburg ahead of Dusseldorf there. Yep, Duisburg at the bottom. Leverkusen. Yeah, we've definitely gotten some good road network discovery on this trip. An unplanned benefit. Because I was starting to think we were just kind of traversing the same routes. Which once again is pretty common. So got a little bit further. Pretty nice, nicely landscaped. You would expect that in a major city like that we're going by several large cities here. So this is the Dusseldorf area. And I know, obviously, this is where we're based. So when we finally get a truck, we'll be coming out of here a lot. But Duisburg was one of our destinations pretty quickly. So getting a little bit more of the center section here discovered. But I'm going to move over to the right because I'm thinking we're just about to the point where we're going to be exiting here. We're just running out of miles. So there we go, Duisburg, Oberhausen.
Keep right, and then exit right.
All right.
Exit right.
Looks like just one lane. I thought it was going to be a couple.
Get ready to turn left.
So looks like we got on here, but did not exit here before. All right, so we're going to turn left, it says.
Turn left.
I'm assuming those signs are supposed to say the cities, but for whatever reason they're appearing fully yellow. Don't know if that's some sort of a effect of mods I have, or maybe they just weren't fleshed out signs. I don't know, because this could certainly be pro mods. And actually it looks like we can see it. We just had to get a little closer. Alright, so we see our delivery point there. See if we can get through the light here. Obviously, any of those that we don't have to stop at would be helpful. So, a road that I can't take, but a light I'm going to have to obey. So, I can see this one, so I'll stay in the cab instead of floating above with our drone. but still have 15 kilometers, so a little ways around here before we get to the delivery point. Some retaining walls here to kind of keep the earth away, because obviously we're driving below grade a bit, heading through a tunnel that maybe takes us under maybe a residential area or the city center. It's pretty nice that they divert major traffic that way instead of having to deal with it up on the surface. Obviously there's a cost to that, because I'm sure tunneling is not inexpensive either. Alright, so Stad, which I assume is the city of
Keep
Duisburg.
right, and then turn right.
Alright, so this is somewhere we've either delivered or come from.
Turn right.
So that looks like a pretty major port over there. Yeah, now we're 1 kilometer away. And obviously we can see our delivery point on the mini-map, but we've got to make a few turns on the roads before we get there, so we may still have a few lights. Okay, I think I'm alright. So,
Get ready
all right.
to turn right.
No light there. Always helpful. So we got
Turn
these
right,
overhead
and then
pipelines
turn
here.
right. Turn right.
Alright, and then we'll have to see. I don't see any delivery point there.
Finally.
There we
we're
are.
here.
I think I'm going to go this way. And then back in from this direction. So kind of do what would be called a blindside reverse. But I don't really stay in the truck anyway, so it's probably less important which way I'm going. But obviously trying to pull around and get in the other way would have been more of a challenge for sure. Alright, so the wheels don't turn on this one, but again, obviously I'm poor at placement, so we'll get better and then I'll pull forward, I'm pretty sure. Although I may somehow get myself in the spot here in a very, very sloppy way. Nope. I'm just not pleased with that anyway. I kind of want to clean that up, even though I could have taken that, but that just seems like almost like cheating. Let's at least make an effort to make it look like we care and know what we're doing when we're delivering stuff, because yes, I'd pull away and that's partially why it gave me that, but you know, this at least will be a bit better here, much better, frankly. Alright, train axles delivered. So, long distance, high value, urgent, 574, gets us into enthusiast. Alright, we get a skill point. Start taking some hazmat. Again, opening up different load types before I worry about opening up any kind of distance. But I don't think I see any unlock a bank yet. So, nothing there. Alright, so I definitely want to keep pressing on if I can. Let me see what I can find. Alright, this might actually be good. Although, this is less money, but more experience. And at this point, if I'm thinking that Although this one might be the best. Because it's also adds important delivery. Because, yeah, the distance isn't terrible. I don't want to make it too terribly long, but yet the more progress we make, you know, obviously it's taking a little while to get there. Yeah, 20 euros is not really going to matter. I mean, it is a 10% increase, but like this really has no bonuses at all. So let's take this. So I think this is what I normally use for this brand of truck. Not sure which way it's going to have us go here.
Recomputing.
Well, okay, you're not helping me. Alright, looks like I need to go left. So let me do that.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
And again, I have to keep in mind I'm in Britain right now, so I need to be on the opposite side of the road from what I'm used to. It should obviously help me because the truck is set up that way, but alright, so here's the man dealership that we've discovered.
Get ready to turn right.
Yeah, this is a relatively nice nice truck. I do enjoy that layout. And we've obviously come in this way, but not gone out. There's a car coming around. Other than that, I think we're okay. Fagbury Road. Ipswich. I assume we're going to go this way. It didn't really say. It's not yelling at me. But otherwise, we would have like been heading back into town, I think, so. Alright, I don't think anyone's coming. Distribution center seems like somewhere we'd want to get to, but I guess that's not on the docket. Oh, I see what's happening. I was a bit confused looking at my sim dashboard because wasn't sure if he was going to let me on there, but my confusion sprouted from the fact that it's telling me almost 500 kilometers, but that's because there's a 200-mile ferry, so. Alright, so I think we're just turning left here. Yep, okay. So I'm assuming that bus might be waiting because perhaps he's going the same way we are. So yeah, we have carried a yacht before. So there is a little bit of that repetitiveness, but I think that's just going to be the nature of the beast. I mean, obviously as we unlock different kinds of loads, that will help, but at this point, other than hauling some hazmat, we have everything open to us. Just a matter of what's going to become available. So this is as fast as I can go, even though the speed limit is 97. Trucks are limited to 90 with restrictions, so. But we've got to basically go around in a kind of a circle here to get down to the ferry.
Keep left, and then turn left.
To then take us over to the mainland, and
turn left.
over to Amsterdam that we've been to quite frequently. So obviously that would make sense. I'm sure
Keep
it's
left.
a pretty big hub. So, whoop, slow down. Do not want to hit. I think that's a Suzuki.
Exit now.
I will try to exit now. But I do apologize if this turns out to be a slightly longer episode than I had talked about earlier. But as I said, I'd like to get to the point where we're a little bit more... Whoops, I must have hit a curb or something. Maybe taking that a little too tight. So let me be careful there. Don't want to do any damage to that beautiful yacht. It's the last thing we want to do is lose experience and money. But, you know, obviously our goal right now, early on, is to get ourselves as quickly as we can to the point that we can grab some bank loans and hopefully get enough to get ourselves a truck. Now, it'll be a great disappointment if I get to that and suddenly find I cannot. But one step at a time, we've got to get there first. Because then what we may determine, although right now I don't know that I have a reason not to use a Scania. And obviously that dealership gets unlocked just by the fact that I pick that as the truck type I enjoy. But the other thing I might need to do is then find a dealership for something if I find something else, because again, this certainly would be workable.
Keep left, and then turn left.
Alright, so I'm assuming we're exiting here.
Turn left.
Yes. Okay, because otherwise we're heading off toward London. Not where we're going this time, so...
Keep left.
Alright, so... no lights here, so we might just be able to keep going.
Exit now.
Harwich and Clacton. Just turning a little bit wider, again, so that we don't run the risk of hitting any flagpoles or anything like that. And then I think this is the road that pretty much takes us in to the ferry port. So I don't know exactly which town, if any, that would be at. If it's any of that we had on those mileage signs. Or what are they called in Europe? Because they're mileage signs in the US because they tell you things in miles, but are they kilometry signs? I don't know. Don't know what the words are for that, how they refer to them commonly. Distance placards. Could be a lot of things. Not really seeing a speed. Oh, yeah, I am. It's supposed to be a little bit slower. Now it's supposed to be a lot slower. So let me fix that, because otherwise we're going to have a very unpleasant fine experience here. Oh, although now it's speeding up again. Maybe it was just like safety around that turn. Either way, it probably was helpful. Speeding up a bit, but maybe, oh, and of course now it's going to slow us down again.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Alright, I will do so. Thank you for that helpful information. I don't know what's
Exit
happening
now.
here. Why that truck stopped. Ferries, that is where we want to go. Alright, let's be careful. Speed cameras. If I get a find now, I have only my stupidity to blame. They've certainly done their part to inform me that they're watching me. There they are. Don't know exactly how they're pointed or where they're pointed, but whoops, whoops, whoops.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
motorcycle there, so I want to be careful. But yeah, we need to go this way, obviously. I didn't realize this was a one-lane road. Follow traffic around. Alright, and clearly the harbor port here. I'm trying to recall, do I head this way? Yeah, I can, I see it. See it blinking now.
Reroute.
And actually, yeah, if I went somewhere
Never
else,
mind.
I'm already
I'll find a new route.
at the furthest point, so. But
Okay,
that is where I
let's
want to
find
be.
a new route. Finding
And I
a new route.
think we head just straight across. I think we have a
Please
few
make a
choices
U-turn.
from
Never
here,
mind.
which
Possible.
would make
I'll find
sense.
a new route.
Nope, actually not. So we just can go to Europort. So
Reroute.
let us embark. And that will then get us across the channel. And
Recomputing.
ready to move. We do have our lights on. Obviously, it's pretty late now. Don't know that it matters which way we go. So, she's not telling us to turn, so I'll go this way. So now we've got about 125 kilometers to go.
Get ready
Certainly
to turn right.
doable and hopefully relatively quick. But once
Turn
again,
right.
we're heading into Amsterdam, which is a bit populated. And therefore, obviously, we'll have some street lights and so forth that might be a little more
Get ready to turn left.
time-consuming. But so far, other than just yielding or giving way,
Turn
I
left.
think is what the term is normally referred to. I don't have to do much here. It looks like they're slowing down for us, so let's hope that's true. Alright, can I straighten out before I hit them? Alright. I'm beginning to question my ability to safely execute maneuvers. It's definitely a bit of a challenge. But looks like, and again, now we're on the
Keep right, and then turn
right side. Not necessarily the correct side, because in England, obviously, the other
Turn
side, the left side, is the correct side, but now we're where I'm used to
Keep
driving.
left, and then turn left.
But the challenge then obviously becomes that,
Turn left.
oh, I turned faster than I thought. I really thought I could make that with no problem. Oh, 130 euros, that's painful. But I guess the good side of it is we stayed above 3,000 euros, and it doesn't totally impact our ability to do things, although of course if I get fined, 3,000 or 4,000 euros before all is said and done, it might be enough to matter. But since I think we're going to need 100,000 euros or something to get a truck, 100 of them are not going to make or break us there. But I am trying to
Keep right,
deliver,
and then exit right.
and there was a little bit of
Exit right.
there was a little bit of just trying to get this delivery done so that we can wrap this episode up and again keep the length as reasonable as possible. So thanks for those who are still with me. Glad I'm able to give you some enjoyment and something to follow along with here. So let me see. Oh, we're actually going too fast. I assume This will slow down eventually. These trucks must not have retarders. Because, yeah, 85 is where I'm supposed to be at, because this is an 80-kilometer limit. But I'm thinking we'll get there before midnight. So we'll at least have a couple deliveries today. But we've still got over 50 kilometers to go, so we've got a little ways to haul this yacht. Well, let's see. Amsterdam, 14 kilometers, really. Is that it? That must be just to exit toward Amsterdam, because we've got further than that to go at this point, so. Alright. Slowing down to 70. I don't understand those symbols. Obviously we have to proceed. But, alright, and now we can go a little quicker. Windsock, I assume that means we've got an airport nearby somewhere. I think we saw a traffic camera sign, so just need to pay attention in case the speed shifts on me again. I've tried to read that sign before. I won't torture you again, because I'm sure I read it poorly then, and I'm sure I would repeat that performance. Alright, Amsterdam is straight. But this, I'm assuming, is where the 14 kilometers was at. But not yet seeing our delivery point on the mini-map. So we've got... Oh, there it is. Alright, so this exit, De Nieuwe Meer, or De Nieuwe Meer, towards Zandstad, Groningen. I'm probably adding so many syllables and sounds in there.
Exit right.
Maybe I didn't. Groningen is what it looks like. Alright. So we have been this way before. I've seen a lot of those JCL logistics trucks, but clearly they're not giving us any of those to haul. Looks like we've been in this area of town, although I guess this is town in its entirety, so a little foolish as I think about it. But there's another sign, I think, for a traffic camera. Let me move over. Looks like he's got the same idea, but that would make sense because I'm sure we're all headed here to Amsterdam to drop some sort of cargo. Alright, so in the shoe facility again. Looks like we've been at a few places here. Alright, stay green, stay green, stay green.
Turn right.
Alright. We made that, assuming I can make this turn. Just want to be careful. There we go. And then...
Get ready to turn right.
Looks like I'm going to turn right here. And then turn left immediately, so... Not sure if that's the same motorcycle. Hopefully it's not too cold of a night here for him. Alright, I see our parking spot where they'd like us to put it. So I'm going to go in.
Here we are, safe and sound.
This way and maybe head that way. I might regret this. But I'm committed now. So let's see. I know I need to go that way, and then we'll get ourselves turned once I get a little further back, because we do have a trailer pretty close by. Wow, we're putting this between 2 trailers, I think. So this is gonna get interesting. Just need to be careful here. This may take a bit of time. Sorry about that. As I prolong our agony. Wow. Yeah, this is I should be getting a good bonus for this, that's for sure. This is going to take some maneuvering. So, I don't know what that sound is. Maybe it's another motorcycle. Alright. Am I even wide enough to fit in here? I don't understand. This just looks... Yeah, this is not a good thing. Alright, let me see if I can kind of cut more over this way. Wow. Yeah, this is tight. This is very, very tight. That's not going to work. Alright, so I'm going to go kind of reset myself here. And I'm going to do this here. And stay a bit away so that I can make the turn here. And then try this. And this looks like I may have a bit of a better hope. Alright, let's see. Yeah, that seems much better. Don't know why I didn't do that the first time, right? Silly me. Because I wanted to give you some entertainment, right? Alright. So I think this'll... If I can go slowly, we'll just go at idle speed instead of trying to accelerate backwards. But this looks like we've got it. Alright. Deliver this yacht. Should get us to level 6, I would hope. Well, fewer points than I thought. Only 406. So no, not even close. Alright. Ah, but look at this. Goodness gracious. How do I... I'm not sure that I could manage this. It's 661 a day. Wow, I would have thought these bank loans would have been different. Yeah, I've made $1,400 in 7 days. I'm worried if I take this... Well, I'm going to have to take a look at this. I'm not going to waste time understanding this now. But I'm really surprised this Real Economy mod didn't adjust that to be something a little more reasonable per the income level that we can make. But I'll see you next time.